Hi, welcome to our top 5 games of 2022. I'm Daniel from Dundle and this is our personal list of games that blew our minds and deserve a spot on your console or PC. A perfect gift for Christmas maybe? Well, let's jump right in. We start off with number 5, Cult of the Lamb. A game I wouldn't have originally thought would make the list. But this darkly, fascinatingly cute, godlike art style combined with its sharp gameplay makes it an intriguing game. The mix between both the roguelike and simulation genres works smoothly, and all of this was probably the reason it blew up on Twitch. In no time at all, Cult of the Lamb became extremely popular on a streaming service and even got Twitch integration, which allows your viewers to interact with you in-game. So it's no surprise this game became a hit. It's cute, disturbing, and there's a lot to do while you manage your village. Now, spread devotion and become the best cult leader. Metal Hellsinger is on number 4 and is definitely one of my favorites when it comes to unique gameplay. You get to genuinely experience fighting through hell, which might be a common theme in many video games like Doom, but doing so in sync with metal music is less so. We gamers are familiar with Guitar Hero, Rock Band and Just Dance, but a rhythm first-person shooter, that's something different. And I didn't know I needed this in my life. While not everyone may be a metal lover, I think this is an exciting twist to combine music taste with video game experience. And sure, it's not the most in-depth video game of all time, but it does something different than everything else. And I praise the developer for it, because I believe we do need more of these not standard blockbuster titles. Good job, metalheads! Horizon Forbidden West is in the center of the list on number 3. The sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn started out great with a lot of new features and would answer a good bunch of questions you were left with. I love the game for its amazing world and the dystopian representation of the west of the United States, as well as extended gameplay mechanics, new weapons and more diverse machines to fight against. Yeah, it happens to be bigger, but not per se better. At some point the story feels stretched and there are confusing design choices. A variation for the sake of variation? Not my cup of tea. Horizon Forbidden West fails to live up to its predecessor, but it's steady in third place with an overall lovely experience. With years in the making, Elden Ring was so highly anticipated that it almost became a classic before its actual release. That's why it's on number 2. George R.R. Martin himself, the writer of the Game of Thrones books, joined the renowned developer From Software to work on the world building and story of Elden Ring. You see, feel and almost smell his influence back in the game, and it feels fresh for the Soulsborne genre. Taking the best elements from its former games, the developer delivered a masterpiece. The open world feels natural, while it balances out the exploring with battles in the open and in cramped spaces. Besides that, it's the exquisite game design and making the game more accessible, but still challenging for the lovers of this genre, that gives Elden Ring more than enough fuel to be one of the best games of 2022. And with an interest in Norse mythology, God of War Ragnarok had to be number 1. Aside from that, it's also just an amazing game. You get to play through the events of Ragnarok, including the remaining realms that kept unharmed in its predecessor. And that is already one of the best additions. Add some wild new combat moves and an almighty and solid story, and this game is one of the gods itself. The only issue when you already created a masterpiece in 2018 is to surprise in every aspect. Oh yeah, I got some surprises, but here and there the game felt more of the same and even a bit more linear than the previous game. But even with a different visual interpretation of the mythology and Ragnarok, it amazed me in almost every way, being a steady and rough game. And sending enemies brutally to Valhalla never bored me. So, God of War Ragnarok is without a doubt the number 1 game of 2022. This was our top 5 games of 2022. Also check out our flop 5 with games that didn't meet our expectations. Enjoy this video, give us a like and hope to see you next time.